Hello and welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. I'm Ranj, and today I will be giving you the Capper Comparison Picks for some more prelim fights for UFC 259. I'm very close to 500 subscribers, but until I get to that point, I still have to say, if you're new to my show, what I do here is take free picks off the internet and put them side by side from my favorite sports handicappers. I put their links in the description, and then I post my own pick after I place all theirs. It's mostly for gambling purposes, but also entertainment value too there. Okay. Like I was saying, this is my second video, so I do have a video I made last night of some early prelim fights. Here's some more prelims. Let's get right into this. I don't have time to mess around. It's late. Nora's already in bed. Tuesday nights, my wife does a American Sign Language course, and it's a Zoom meeting course, and it runs late, so I don't get to start until late. So anyway, here we go. We've got, to start this off today, we've got at welterweight, that's 170 pounds for y'all that don't know, Sean Brady taking on Jake Matthews. Sean Brady comes in with a record of 13-0. Yes, undefeated. His last win is against Christian Aguilera via guillotine, and he is the rightful favorite at -192. However, maybe not the rightful favorite, because he's taking on Jake the Celtic Kid Matthews. Is it Celtic or Celtic? It's pronounced both ways. But anyway, he's coming off a win against Diego Sanchez. The Diego Sanchez. What are you going to say about that? Unanimous decision win against him. But he is the younger of the two fighters, but he's been in a lot more battles. He's been in the UFC for quite some time now. Let's see, Brady's 28. Matthews, 26. But anyway, he's out of Australia. His his camp, according to Tapology, is called Nexus, but I couldn't find any information about it. I didn't really look, though. Sean Brady, he's fighting out of Renzo Gracie Jiu-Jitsu in Philadelphia. And that I did look up. There's Pat Sabatini. He also fights out of there. He was supposed to fight a couple weeks ago. Something happened. It didn't. I forget. For some reason, it didn't happen. Anyway, let's take a look at what these cappers have to say. These are all new cappers as from yesterday. I have two sets of duos. And they split on a bunch of these, so only 4 links in this show, because let's just get with it, all right? First, we'll start off the show with Clint, Diehard MMA Podcast. He had a great show last night. I watched it late because I had to do my show here, but he had on Matthew Holt from U.S. Integrities. He's the president of U.S. Integrities, which is they make sure gambling lines are tight and stats are on point and all that. They work with casinos and sports books and stuff. Anyway, U.S. Integrity this is the president, Jake Matthews. Or, I'm sorry, Matthew Holt. But he is taking Jake Matthews. That's what I mean. This duo split. So that's 2 different capper picks. Matthew Holt. I am so sorry. My brain's mushy tonight. It's late. Yeah, so they're split on that. both of them, I think, are just going to enjoy the fight. No bet on this one, but the value would be on Matthews. Matt Holt said if it drops down to a plus 200, he will put a bet on it. Then also another duo that split. We've got the Parlay Punch. Parlay Punch. These guys are the buddies that their duo. It's Matt and Josh. And they do some drinking and talking UFC. Matt today was during this show, Matt was drinking the Proper, that whiskey by that Connor. Connor was trying to promote or whatever, Proper Irish whiskey, Proper, yeah. And Josh, well, he had chocolate milk. Highland chocolate milk. Highland is a brand of chocolate milk, I guess, from where he's from, which I have no idea where that is. I'm assuming it's like south central United States, somewhere like Missouri, Arkansas, North Texas, probably in there somewhere, I'm guessing. I have no idea though. Anyway, Parlay Punch, sorry. Matt is saying by decision. And then taking Jake Matthews is Josh. P Punch Josh. Josh was the chocolate milk. He's the one with the beard, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so next we've got a couple singles. We've got King of Crackdowns. He's taking Sean Brady by second round submission. And I like King Crackdowns. He does the quick picks, like separates every fight in a different video, and then he throws them all together in a full card breakdown. But you catch the quick pick videos, they're only like at the longest maybe 2 minutes and 40 seconds. That's going over. A lot of them are for most of them he keeps right around 2 minutes. Hovers around there. It's perfect. Perfect. Anyway, King Crackdowns, he's saying Sean Brady by second round submission. And he sees it going different ways, but he sees it all ending in the second round sub for Brady. Links in the description. Check it out. If he doesn't have his full card thing up, that's the fight I'm going to put his link as. Okay, and finally, we got E-Money MMA picks. E-Money, I appreciate hosting. I watched the fights last week with E-Money, BC Dave and I, because usually watching with UFC Celebrities Classics. Vlad, Bulgarian Cowboy, he's my boy. But Vlad had to work, he had to do something, so he couldn't watch the event. So we ended up watching it with E-Money. It was enjoyable. I like the smaller groups. We could have watched it with MMA holes, but there's 400 and something people watching. And it's just the chat's not it's more public, when you watch it with a small group like E-Money MMA picks, what do you have, 17, 18 people in there? Perfect. You get to throw up your picks on before the fight starts, and he interacts with you, and it's more of a I can't think of the word, but you know what I mean. Instead of being amongst 500 other viewers, you're in a room of 17. We're all watching the fight together, talking smack about it. It's fun. Anyway, thanks E-Money for hosting that, and E-Money is taking Sean Brady. E-Money does host every single event. He's got the fight card. Don't mind his parents downstairs. But anyway, it's fun to watch him with E-Money. Okay, So there you have it. My pick here. I am also gonna have to go with the undefeated beast in Sean Brady. Yeah, I like the Henzo great. I told you I'm biased for Philadelphia fighters because I lived there for 5 years, and that's where Philadelphia is where I studied jiu-jitsu and a little bit of kickboxing, but mostly jiu-jitsu. So I am biased to Philadelphia fighters. Like that's why I like the Dawkins brothers. But anyway, he's undefeated. I don't get me wrong, Jake Matthews. I like him, and he's got the more veteran experience. Like I can't. I know he's fought a couple really good, pretty good guys. I can't think of it off the top of my head because I've been doing so much research. I don't want to get confused, say the wrong thing. But anyway, I'm taking Sean Brady to get this victory over the Celtic from Australia. But yeah, I don't even know who he's training with. And I heard he is like somewhere in the stateside now training. I don't know. Anyway, I'm taking Sean Brady. I think maybe he's the favorite, so I got to make a pick. I'll go the safe pick decision. That should bring it to close to a plus number. If not a plus number. If it's not, then I'll just throw it in the parlay. But there you have it. Moving on. Next we've got Carlos Ulberg taking on Kennedy Nzechukwu. I don't know how to say this. Nzechukwu. We're just calling him Kennedy. That's what all the other cappers are doing anyway. So we got Carlos, Mr. Marvelous Ulberg taking on the African Savage, Kennedy Nzechukwu. That wasn't that bad, Nzechukwu. Why don't you say it a couple times? It rolls right off the lips. Nzechukwu. So, this is a light heavyweight fight. Carlos Ulberg is just 3-0, so he's very green, but Kennedy Nzechukwu, he's also pretty green himself, with a record of 7-1. I didn't even write their last fights. Unprepared for this. Unprepared. Hold on, I'm gonna press pause. As I was saying, Carlos Ulberg is coming off a win against Bruno Oliveira. That was a Contender Series win. That was a knockout left hook. Kennedy Nzechukwu, he is coming off a win against Darko Stosic. Before that, he lost to Paul Craig via submission, I think triangle or something. Okay, let's just get these cappers on the board here. We've got taking Carlos Ulberg. We got King of Crackdowns, KFC. He is saying Ulberg by first round TKO. And then take Clint is leaning Ulberg, but he's going to pass on this. But I'm going to write, he said if he has to take a side, he's taking it. But he's not at minus 260. He's not. Matt Holt's not even taking a side. He's completely passing. Complete. So I'm going to write Clint pass. I'm not even going to put Matt Holt. Then we've got E-Money. E-Money is saying by KO in the first. Then Parlay Punch. Josh is saying by KO. And then the only one, the contrarian, making this not a full Kappa consensus, is the Parlay Punch. Matt, drinking the proper whiskey. Conor McGregor sponsored proper whiskey. You should have saw Josh's. Josh was like, Matt goes, yeah, I think I'm going to take the Kennedy. He goes like this. And looks right at him like that. He's like, and he was the one drinking chocolate milk. I was like, but Matt was like, why are you so shocked? He's like, okay, moving on to the next fight. That's exactly what happened. Check out the links in the description. Check it out. I like these guys, Matt and Josh. They're funny. They're fun. It's a good time. Anyway, Matt is, where was I? He's also saying by KO too. I will note there, Kennedy, the African Savage, he's got a 6-inch reach advantage. Let me tell you a little bit more about these guys. Carlos Ulberg is fighting out of Shitty Kickboxing. Hello, welcome to Shitty Kickboxing. I can't help but think of South Park every time I read City Kickboxing. But he's fighting out of New Zealand, City Kickboxing. That's with the Israel Adesanya. Every time Israel Adesanya comes, he comes with Mob Deep. He comes in with his crew. And there's always sporadic City Kickboxing guys fighting throughout every card that Israel Adesanya is fighting. So anyway, like, who else is City Kickboxing? Kai Kara France, he's on here. A couple other guys that aren't on here that you might know is Brad Rydell and Dan the Hangman Hooker. All from Shitty Kickboxing out of New Zealand. So, that's for Carlos Ulberg. Kennedy Nzechukwu, he's fighting out of Fortis MMA. So who do you think he's working out with and training with? Well, let me tell you a couple choices he has. He's got, he can work with Ryan Spann, Jeff Neal, Miles Johns. I think he's fighting on this card. Alonzo Menifield, Austin Lingo, Mohammed Usman. That's Kamaru's brother. Yeah, Mohammed Usman. So anyway, and coincidentally, Nzechukwu and Mohammed Usman, Nigerian. So probably is working with them because they can speak their native tongue, you know, speak the Nigerian language to each other. That must be something, right? Fortis MMA in Dallas, Texas. I like Fortis MMA. I think it's a good school. Anyway, you know what? Man, 3-0. This guy hasn't really proved anything to me. He's coming out of the Contender Series. And Chukwi, whatever, he's got a 6-inch reach advantage, and he's a plus 220. I have heard some people, I don't know if any of these people, but I've heard other cappers say he has no business being into the UFC in Chukwi. But who is he coming off? Darko Stosic. You know, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, I'm sticking. I'm going contrarian. Now, so you're the underdog, right? I'm with you, Matt. I'm with you. I think in Chukwi, I don't have to say how because he's such an underdog. So I'm going to keep it there. I'm just going to take him in a parlay to win. And in, on, you know what? On Tapology, they always ask method. So I'm going to say in Chukwi, 6-inch reach advantage, pointing from the outside. Decision. I know I've been doing a lot of decision picks lately, but you know what? It's how I'm feeling it. It's 3 rounds, just last. That's, I don't know. All right. Finally, sorry to drag on. Finally, we've got flyweight fight between Tim Elliott and Jordan Espinosa. Okay. Tim Elliott comes in with a record of 16 wins, 11 losses, and 1 draw as a professional. Slight underdog at plus 105. Taking on Jordan Espinosa, a slight favorite at minus 125. He's got a record of 15-8. He's coming off a loss against David Dvorak, a unanimous decision loss. Tim Elliott coming off a win against Ryan Benoit. Before that, he was on a 3-fight losing skid, but they were against top opponents in the division. Tim Elliott's fighting out of Glory MMA. That's in Leeds Summit, Missouri. And he has people such as Jason Witt, Grant Dawson, and, of course, James Krause is the owner and main coach, trainer, whatever you want to call him. Megan Anderson. She's also training there. She's in the co-main event tonight, or, at this event. So, Jordan Espinosa, he's coming off that, lost to David Dvorak. Right before that, though, he did beat Mark De La Rosa, and that was the fight that put Mark De La Rosa out of the UFC. Tim Elliott also has a victory against Mark De La Rosa, but it happened quite a ways before. Most recently, Espinosa is the one. That fight was the one that Mark De La Rosa left the UFC. Well, they couldn't get his new contract after Espinosa shut the door. Okay, so he's fighting out of Latrell's MMA in Rio Rancho, New Mexico, according to Tapology. And the only person I saw in there that I even vaguely recognized was Steve Garcia. You might know him. I think his last fight was against Luis Pena, maybe. I can't. Anyway, moving on. Let's go. We got taking Tim Elliott. Tim Elliott is the older 34, 31. Flyweight is 125 pounds. This is 34 is out of the prime. It's getting closer toward retirement then, especially the smaller weight classes. For some reason, the smaller weight classes are the younger, the youth plays more of a role. Okay. We've got taking Tim Elliott. E-Money. He's saying Elliott by decision. Then we've got King of Crackdowns, KFC. Also by decision. Then we've got the Parlay Punch. Both of them, Josh and Matt, are saying by decision. I'm seeing a trend here. And finally, Matt Holt and Clint from the Die Hard MMA podcast are both also down here. I'm going to give them their own line. So it makes it a real full cap consensus. And Matt Holt is saying by submission. I like that pick. Good on you, Matt. All right, so this is a full capper consensus. Like I said, Nora's already in bed. It's wicked late, but I'll do a little dance. A full capper consensus is when all the handicappers pick the same side pick the same side. And in this case, everybody that I watched and wrote down for this show is taking Tim Elliott to beat Jordan Espinosa Most of them by decision. But yeah, there you have that. I'm not going against the capper consensus in that because Tim Elliott's got the plus money, baby. I am a plus money junkie. I love plus money. So, matter of fact, I don't bet negative money. I don't. That's why I prop it out. And if that prop doesn't work, I'll put it in this parlay. It'll still come out. I don't like putting up more money than I'm, even there's no sure thing, and especially in UFC fighting. So there you have it. Oh, am I saying how? How now, brown cow? Tim Elliott by decision, just like everybody else. There you have it. So to recap, time check. We've got, wow, it's late. We've got Sean Brady beating Jake Matthews via decision. Then I've got just me and Matt from Parlay Punch against the majority of the cappers. We've got Kennedy Nzechukwu, the African Savage, giving Carlos Ulberg his first loss into the UFC. I think it's going to happen via decision because he does have a 6-inch reach, and I just like him by decision. I think he's going to outpoint him. Then finally, I've got the veteran, seasoned Tim Elliott beating Jordan Espinosa. I got him winning by decision and with the full capper consensus. So there you have it. Gather the info, place the bets, and cash those tickets. I appreciate you watching and dealing with me going off topic and forgetting my spots and everything. I appreciate you, for real. Give me that thumbs up. Feel free to leave comments on your picks here, because I really don't know on some of these. I can't believe that's a full capper consensus. This one I'm not very positive about. This I do like Jake Matthews, but I'm going with the undefeated guy here. And here, Ulberg, he's a big question mark for me. I know he's from Shitty Kickboxing, but I like the Fortis MMA boy here, the Nigerian, probably working out with Muhammad Usman. And plus he's got the 6-inch reach advantage. I like that too. So anyway, thanks for watching. Good luck on these bets, and I'll see you next episode.